Hey guys, welcome to a surprise, unplanned. I don't know what you want to call this. It's a party. How about that? Let's call it a party. It is time for it's Bucs season all over again. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Hey guys, I am just here because I'm excited about the Bucs season. I've got nothing to do tonight. Tonight's going to be a long night waiting for tomorrow. I'm uh I'm excited about the game. I can't wait till it gets started. There's a little bit of Bucs news, and honestly, I just felt like talking about the game. I'm excited about the season. I've not been this excited since last year. So I'm excited about this. Hop on board, make comments, please. We'll try to get your comments and respond to you. We will do everything that we can to make this a little bit of fun around here. It's a sort of weird little pop-up version of Bucs Live. You don't get the whole crew probably in general. Dave, I don't think will be here. I'm hoping AJ will be popping up here shortly from Bugs Report AJ from the aftermath, and who knows? I don't know. Maybe Dude will show up, maybe not. Who knows? There's a mystery to it. We don't know what's going on tonight. We're just gonna have fun talking Bucks, and the more you interact, the more fun it'll be. Let's have a little kickoff party surprise. All right. So I'm excited about this season. I'm excited about stuff that there are reasons that to me this is a more fun start to the season. First of all, those of you who've been around here for any length of time know that I'm a Buccaneers fan. I'm not just a Tom Brady fan. I'm not a newbie around these parts. As you can tell by my jersey, this has been around for a while. My Vincent Jackson one, but I've been around actually since 1976. Been a fan since day one, the very first game, very first season. Actually, April 24th, 1974, when the team was announced. And now we got a brand new season number 49. Season number 49. It is time for Bucs season. Holy crap, it's time for the season to start. I'm so excited about this. And I'm not alone in being excited. I know I'm not alone in being excited. I know we got another guy right here. Woo!
Fire the damn cannons.
Yes, absolutely, man. I'm jacked up, ready to go. I'm sitting here tonight. I got off of work early.
Yes, sir.
And I'm sitting here at home just going, crap, this is going to be a long night. I'm going to be sitting here just waiting for the clock to tick. And then it's a freaking 4:00 game. So I got to wait all that tomorrow. So I was like, you know what? Screw this. Let's go. Let's hop online and see if anybody wants to talk.
I'm all for it.
I don't care if it's just, and you know what? If it's just you and me, it's just you and me. Screw everybody else. But
exactly.
Hopefully others will pop by here and say hello.
First of all, I have to mention that is a very fine damn jersey you got on.
Is that not a fine jersey?
That's a fine damn jersey.
Absolutely. Vincent Jackson. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I got that jersey too, man.
Yep.
Shout out. And someone on Twitter put a video, a picture of Vincent and Mike Evans together, and then they put a picture of Mike Evans and McMillan. That shit was touching. I love that. I thought that was very telling. Yeah. And also, man, we're getting older, Rick.
Shut up.
We're getting older.
Seriously. Shut your freaking mouth. How old are you?
I remember Mike.
How old are you?
35, man.
Shut up. I'm 58, dude.
Whoa.
I'm 58. 35. I barely remember 35. I'm not sure
My goodness.
I'm not sure I had hair on my chest at 35 yet. I mean, it's dang,
Hey,
man.
look, we at the end of the day, that's why sometimes, Rick, I will hear you out because you didn't been through the storms. You
Yeah.
were there when the Bucs, nobody cared about the Bucs.
Oh yeah.
If we and as much things that I complained about the media now, you probably remember a time where the Bucs were just mentioned for like 2 seconds. Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's why I laugh when everybody's like, "Oh, we don't get respect." Listen, man, 3 years ago when Tom Brady was our quarterback, ESPN might as well have been the Tom Brady network. I mean, it was all Bucks all the time, and
It
nobody,
was.
okay, we're not getting respect now. Well, okay, let's go earn some. How about that? Let's go earn
I,
some.
I agree. And to be quite frank, Buck fans. Now, of course, I have to do it for content, but every time when we do go on a win, we always are under the radar and we always prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Remember, even when the Bucks won their first Super Bowl, they thought the Raiders were going to beat us because Rich Gannon was the MVP, the number
Yeah.
one offense against not just the number one defense, an historic defense. They doubted us, and look what we did. The
Yeah.
same for the Bucks against the Chiefs. They thought even a lot of people we were saying on a football level, the Bucks were just a better team, and missing 2 starting tackles that's a big impact. But Mahomes was just going to figure it out, and then reality kicked in, and we still to this day. Rick, doesn't it make you feel good that the Bucks are the only team to give Mahomes his worst defeat, and mind you, in the most highest level, the Super
Yeah.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Mahomes, I guarantee you, if the Bucks were to get back to the Super Bowl, Mahomes would be shaking in his boots like, "Oh God, here comes this
Well,
bold man."
let's be honest. If the Bucks went back to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, Mahomes would be licking his chops, wanting revenge. This is a quality quarterback, and he'd be ready and wanting to meet us.
I
And the
agree.
thing is this: I just think Todd Bowles would be like, "Okay, I mean, I'm ready."
Right.
I mean, I. This is what I find so funny is I just don't think Todd Bowles cares. I don't think he's afraid to play anybody. He's
No,
seen it. He's been there. He's done that. He's been through it. There's nobody he's not looking at any other team and going, "Oh no, what do I do? What can I do?" He's looking at him and he's like, "Okay, here's how we beat him." And he goes after him. Now the other coach
agree.
is doing the same thing and it's the chess match. And sometimes you just get outplayed.
Yeah.
And I mean that's how it goes. That's how it goes. And
Yep. Yeah.
I have to laugh. Like I predicted when I was going through game by game by game with
Mm-hmm.
Dave on the show, we were going game by game by game, and I predicted that the second or the first time we play the Panthers, that we would lose to the Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave was like, "What?" And I said, "Listen, man, the margin between the best team and the worst team is razor thin. I mean, you really can climb from worst to first pretty quickly." And because there's not that huge of a difference in talent. And you always lose to teams that you think you shouldn't, and you always beat teams you don't think you're gonna. That's how it goes. I mean, that's listen, Caroline's gonna be jacked up for that game for their coach. Um, we're probably gonna take them lightly. We're coming off the bye week, I believe. Uh, maybe we come cruising back in. Carolina. Their record's probably going to suck. We're not going to take them that seriously. In reality, you can lose a game like that. But the thing is this: then you'll go beat the Ravens. Then you'll go beat the Chiefs, the
49ers.
Detroit,
Yeah.
whoever. Right? I'm not afraid to play anybody because of this coaching staff and this team, and I'm also not overconfident against anybody. The first 2 weeks are always weird. You never know. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the crappy teams are beating the good teams. The good teams are losing. Things happen. Injuries happen in the first weeks because players aren't acclimated to the season yet. That's how you lose Aaron Rodgers early last year. That's how You've got Jordan Love having the problems he's having already. Pray to God that there are no major injuries. We've already got some injuries. We got 2 guys that are going to be out, Logan Hall and Kalijah Cansey.
Yes.
I think they're replaced by Will Golston and Greg
Yes.
Gaines. Listen, there's certainly a big drop between Kalijah Cansey and Will Golston. But having said that, Will Golston's not garbage by any stretch. I mean, he's serviceable. He's good.
Yes.
Todd Bowles is going to know what to do to counter that. Tomorrow is going to be a weird game. We don't know what to expect. It's almost like we're playing an expansion team. They have a rookie quarterback, brand new head coach, and a lot of new players. So you don't know what's going to happen. None of us know. I mean, Dan Quinn, okay, we kind of know his deal, and I forgot who their offensive coordinator is. But the thing is, you don't know what to expect tomorrow. And early in the game, I expect, look, if we take a lead quickly, it's going to be good. If we struggle at first, don't be shocked, because weird things happen until you get your sea legs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, until you get your sea legs in the season. And guys, there are going to be upsets. There's going to be weird stuff that's going to happen, and everybody's got to get ready for that, okay, the first 2 weeks. And everybody on Monday is going to be flipping out. Let's say we win, I don't care, we win by 15. Everybody on Monday is going to be thinking, we're Super Bowl bound. And if we get upset, oh my God, what are we doing? We weren't ready. How could you come out flat? How could you? I mean, all of this crap. I mean, it's amazing. I can't even get into chats. I like turn my phone off and I don't follow chats because of the negativity, the constant barrage of bitching about referees, bitching about other players, bitching about the coverage, because I promise you, it doesn't matter who's doing the play-by-play tomorrow. All we're going to hear is, oh, they just want Washington. Oh, this is what we're going to hear. And I guarantee you, in every Washington chat room, oh, they just want the Buccaneers. And we're going to hear the same thing. You hear it game after game. And you know what? Here's what I love about all of it. Forget all that. Forget the crap talk about the referees and the crap talk about the announcers. We got football.
Yes.
That's what I'm excited about.
You didn't see it all. That's why, Rick, you didn't see it all. But for us young people out there, you're going to have to let us vent. You're going to have to let us say, we weren't ready. And sometimes they're right. Sometimes good teams with a better roster and better continuity and rhythm, you should be beating the teams that are new. Like you said, Washington is sort of an expansion
but
team.
You don't know how to prepare for them.
You don't, but you do what you do best. You just said it. Bowles is a mastermind. He'll find a way. Golston is a drop-off when it comes to pass rush, but when it comes to run blocking, we're going to be just fine. It's going to be up to Yaya and whoever's on his other side, Joey Trianka. He's going to have to step up. And did you hear where Dan said this? And I think he could just be messing with us. But if he's going to be switching out tackles, that's necessarily not a good thing. That could be an advantage for us. So Yaya should eat. Remember, also, I believe in Levante. He's going to be Levante. We know this. This is going to be a test for Dean. He's actually going up against a good receiver, but a receiver, Terry is not the separationist.
Right.
So that is going to be our advantage. If you look at it, the Bucs should win. Now, like you, I'm coming to come around. If the Bucs just win by 3, Rick, I don't give a damn anymore.
Hallelujah.
I don't care because we win. Because if anything, that just shows us, like you said, we go to the books, Bowles will say, okay, you see why we only won by this team? This is what we got to do to clean this up. The more that I'm looking at Bowles is the coach where, yes, He might not be as energetic, even though he showed that he can be.
Did you see that press
I
conference?
lost it when he did that. That's why I think the Bucs are going to beat a team that they shouldn't because of that. But Bowles, I think Bowles comes into this game prepared. He knows Daniels, and remember, Daniels is. It's not even that. People are all talking about the Bucs defense. Kalijah's going down as bad, but this Bucs offense is going to be something. Graham is already a step up of Hainsey. He doesn't have to be much. Do you agree?
I agree that this offense is not being. People don't realize. And by the way, not just that. I think our coordinator is a huge. Dave talks about this, and I think he's right. I don't think it's a little bit of a step forward. I know the other guy got a head coaching job here in Carolina. I know that. I hear you. Right. I got it.
Right.
But I think Liam Cohen is a huge step forward. And I think people I heard, like, listen, there's going to be all kinds of stuff. Our offense is going to look different tomorrow. It's not going to look like the same old thing. There was no real creativity last year. There was no ingenuity. Everything was very just vanilla. I mean, it was his first time calling plays. Yeah, he had to learn how to get that stuff down before he was going to move on to another level. Well, now we got a guy who knows what he's doing. Now we got a guy coming in who, yeah, I mean, this is, dude, our offense is really exciting, and people are not realizing how exciting. Hello, Christopher Cole. Hello, KJH for life. Hello, Bucks, Rays, Bolts. We see you out there. But, yeah, guys, this is a fact. This offense is a bigger deal than people realize. And I don't get mad at the media. Here we go. Oh, the media's not giving us any credit. Just blah, blah. What have we done? Nothing yet. So just simmer down and let's get their attention. How about that? That's the way I look at it. People say, oh, we're not getting the credit. We're not getting enough coverage. Let's get their attention.
Yes, and we're going to keep the receipts. That's the beautiful thing, Rick, because you can sit back and go, no, because that'll be me. Wait a minute, hold on. I don't want to hear what you guys said. Well, the Bucs did. No, you guys are sleeping on this offense. Guys, I want to just reiterate what Rick is saying. This offense is going to be scary. Barton is official. I was looking at him through his practices, through his highlights. The guy is a stud, Rick. This is good damn drafting. The first thing he does, he knows how to push. He has good footwork. And Coach Slick said it best. He gives you a Ali Marpet vibe. He's laid back, but he's official.
Right.
Mind you, this is another thing that makes Jason Light one of the top 5 GMs, not top 10. Did the Bucky Irvin thing. Bucky Irvin is explosive. He's gonna be the dirty work guy that we need. That Rachaad White doesn't have to be. He can be simply. You can give him the ball a little bit and then throw it to him. And you just said it. Liam Cohen, I think, is a hell of a lot better. I do like the fact that you said this offense is going to be different, not in a bad way, because certain fans, when I was talking to them, they said, "Oh my God, he's going to use Evans like they use Puka and Cooper Kupp." I said, pause, time out. No, he is not. Liam knows what he's doing. He knows what receivers he has. Mike Evans is going to be Mike Evans. Don't worry about that. People forget Liam was with Baker in LA. He knows what to do. Like you just said, this isn't his first time on the block. Now for Canales, I'm happy he got a job, but you guys, Rick, he killed it. It was vanilla, and more than vanilla, it was forced. How many times, Rick, last year we saw Rachaad White run straight into nothing, and we were sitting back like, why would you call this play? This play doesn't work, Dave. And you're right. This offense, do not be surprised. I'm telling you this right now, Rick. You heard it here first. The first 5 weeks, this offense is the hero. Why do I say that? Liam is going to find a way to make this offense aggressive, like you said. If the Bucs can get up fast, Bowles' defense thrives on teams trying to catch up.
Well, I hope the Bucs will throw deep. I hope.
They
My
will.
my one thing that well, my one thing that I saw in preseason was this. They just didn't. They didn't throw anything deep.
Hmm.
Now, okay, we didn't have Baker out there. We didn't have the big boys out there. And
Right.
so, yeah, they may throw deep. I'm not saying they're not going to. I'm saying that's something to watch. I think, and what we've heard, you're going to see a lot of something the Bucks have not done. You're going to see a lot of motion, a lot of
Hmm.
different things happening before the snap. It's not just going to be like last year was just plain. Now I remember them talking about their stubborn determination to run.
Yes.
And it was always basically the same run set, running off the same guy. Just you just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over, and they were stubbornly gonna make the run work.
Yes.
It feels to me like we're doing different things right now. Like we're
Yes, sir.
okay, let's not just run off right guard tackle, right? I mean that every freaking running play
Yes.
was was off the
Was
right
it?
guard basically. It was just I mean that's it was almost like we had one running play. Um and it was just horrible. And now I get the feeling we're going to see all kinds of I think we're going to see the sweeps, we're going to see all kinds of stuff to keep the other defense kind of on their heels and not knowing what to do and kind of guessing. And that's what's different is they didn't have to guess last year.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, we weren't a threat. No one took the Bucks run game serious last season. Now you're gonna have to, especially if we do what I think they will. And I expect to see, hopefully he gets um Baker with more bootlegs and rollouts because guys, Rick said it here first. When Baker first got to the when Baker was a free agent, Rick here said the Bucks need to get him, and he brought me into it. He said he's mobile, and I said, you know what, you got a point because me and Rick here, and I stand by Rick on this. It's okay, guys. Brady had a bad year. Father Time caught up, and he was distracted. That's not to take away from the GOAT. That's reality. The GOAT was human. It happens. Shit happens. So Baker coming in here being mobile. How many times last season did we see Baker get out of situations that we know Brady wouldn't have gotten out of?
yeah,
His mobility is going to make him dangerous. That's a
yeah.
beautiful thing. And I think the play action is going to be beautiful. I've already said this, my prediction. I think Mike Evans is going to get somewhere between 12 to 1,300 yards, but his touchdowns are going to skyrocket. Why? Because I truly think Liam's going to say this. When it comes to red zone, if Evans is one-on-one, just give it to him. So I expect Evans to have 16 touchdowns.
And everybody understand this. This is a big year. This year's going to tell us something.
Mm-hmm.
What did Mike get when Mike Evans signed? How many years did he sign for?
2 years.
This is either Mike Evans' last contract with the Bucs, or well, I mean, let me just say this: this is a very big year regarding Chris Godwin. I believe it's our
Yeah.
last year with Chris Godwin,
Yes.
unless if Chris Godwin just balls out. If Chris
Yes.
Godwin just has this ridiculously good year, you got to start wondering what we're going to do with Mike Evans. Because, then, I mean, you can only pay so much.
Right.
And a decision there's going to have to be made. And the reason I think things are working against Mike Evans right now, Godwin's back in the slot where he's going to get a lot more play.
Yes.
We have a number 3 receiver again that's very young, very fast, could be very exciting.
Yes.
All of a sudden, we're looking at a situation where, I mean, I hear what you're saying about Evans. I'm a little more tempered about my expectations on him this year. I want that 1,000 yards. Okay, I want that 1,000 yards bad. My question is, it helps Mike Evans' career be longer if other people are getting the ball more.
Yes.
And when you have other people capable of getting the ball more, we need that to happen. Last year can't happen again. What some of the things that happened last year that were because of Canales, because dude was doing the best he could. Okay, he was doing the best he could. But the fact that lightning may have struck with this offensive coordinator, and I believe that lightning may have struck. You never heard me say this last year.
You didn't. You did not.
I will tell you this year, lightning may have struck, and we may have, holy crap, gotten lucky. Okay. I mean, Liam Cohen could end up being the Bucs' next head coach after Bowles. This may be the guy. This is that man. If he's as good as I think he's going to be,
right,
at offensive coordinator, this is going to be a fun year, guys. Okay, like buckle up, kind of fun year.
Yeah.
All right, if we can stay relatively injury-free, get back Elijah Cansey and Logan Hall. If we can stay relatively injury-free,
yes.
My guess, maybe we just missed the Super Bowl again, and then this year we just missed the Super Bowl, and then next year
we in there.
Next year, what happens is
our bill is the bill. The bill
will be paid. The bill will be paid. There will be money to go out and get some dudes, to go out and get some guys, and start making instead of now you're adding free agent pieces that are mostly on defense, I would think, because we're going to put them on offense.
Right. Right.
You know, you get free agent defensive players that make. Okay, so I went back and watched the Raiders Bucs Super Bowl recently. And I was surprised by a couple of things. First of all, while the score was very lopsided, the game was not nearly as lopsided. Okay, there were a few plays that wildly swung that game in the Buccaneers' favor. Okay, I mean, you take away 3 pick sixes, and that's a close ball game. Now they didn't. There were a few times they could have picked Brad Johnson off, didn't hold on to the ball. There were some things, but the thing that made the difference in that game. Everybody's going to look and say, well, look, Dexter Jackson got the MVP, this, that, the other. The thing that made the difference in that game was the front four. And the Bucs have to get a badass, intimidating, scary front four. And when they get that front four, you may be looking at another ring. It is this team is. I have never seen a team rebuild at full speed.
Right.
I mean, it's bizarre. I don't think I've ever even heard of a team rebuilding at full speed. I mean, you're winning divisions while you're rebuilding. The Bucs went from one of the oldest teams in the league. They're now one of the youngest teams in the league.
Yep.
And they've won the division every year during that change.
And
now, the division sucks.
Who cares? You have to win.
I agree. And let me say this. I do not believe that when everybody talks, oh, the division sucks. Okay. But are they really the worst division in football? Like everybody's really blowing this up like, oh my God, it's one of the worst divisions in history. No, it's not. You got the Panthers. Panthers. I'll give you that. Okay.
Yeah.
But then you've got a below average team with, I think some people don't agree with me, but I think the Saints are a below average team. I think the Falcons, I know we all hate them and nobody wants to say anything good about the Falcons because they're the freaking Falcons. And I get that, but they won 9 games last year with Desmond Ridder, or 8 games with Desmond Ridder.
I think they only won 7. They were 7-10.
Oh, 7-10? Were they? Are you looking at?
They were 7-10.
Okay, with Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Kirk Cousins 3 games better than Desmond Ritter?
Possibly. Yeah. Possibly.
No, there's no freaking possibly. He's 3 games better than Desmond Ritter, and then he'll lose in the playoffs. Okay. He's a great regular season quarterback.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, look, he's gone now from the Vikings. What's going to happen to the Vikings? Why do you think the Vikings are going to suck this year? Because Kirk Cousins is gone.
Yeah. They're going to suck.
Look, the Vikings, I mean, the Falcons are going to be a good bit better, a good chunk better this year. Okay. That's just how it is. Unless somehow Raheem completely blows it.
And that's not too far off, but that's another story for another time. But
yeah, he was like 20.
Yeah, but his behavior just this past preseason, it's like you got to establish things, but that's a whole.
What do you mean his behavior? You
like
mean
when the team like dancing with the other team, like acting like pretending you're the ref. I get you want to have fun and you want to, be laid back, but I always think coaches, because this is what Arians did. He established a direction for the Bucs. No risk it, no biscuit identity. No risk it, no biscuit. And the culture is we're here to win and not take shit.
Yeah.
Raheem, I don't think he's established that yet because one, you got to have a reputation already in a good way.
Yeah.
Arians was the quarterback whisperer for the most part. Raheem, as we just know, like you said, a hell of a coordinator, but you were the guy that was partying with your quarterback who was out there, having sugar booger moments and with the Molly Lolly situation. So your reputation, you got to build from that. That's all I'm saying for him.
But that was a long
time
ago.
His antics that I just saw on the field during the preseason, it kind of reminded me of, oh man, the old saying, old habits die hard. So it's like, I get it. And you're right. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, I've never seen Raheem as a true coach. I've seen him as a hell of a coordinator because there's some people are meant to be coordinators.
Yeah.
This, right? And some people, Norv Turner was a great coordinator. As a coach, he was meh. So that's all I'm saying. But I agree. You're right. With Kirk, he is immensely better than Ritter. Now, I do think, though, I have cause to pause because Kirk also had to work with Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. He was working with receivers like that. We're not going to sit here and say Drake
he's
London
been there a lot longer.
Yeah, and right. And now he just came off an injury, so he has to gel with that offense. And we all know this, Rick. It takes time. It takes time to do it. And
but this is what drives me nuts about fans.
Yeah.
Is fans will say, look at Kirk Cousins' history. Look at his history, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what about Baker's history? No, don't look at that. This is all different now. Things are different now. Things are blah. Look, man, you've got to look at this realistically and logically and understand. All right. Baker Mayfield's never strung 2 good seasons together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, we all want to pretend, well, that's all different. I believe that's different. I believe he's never had this quality of talent. I believe all of that, okay? I don't disagree with any of that. Well, he did with the Rams. He had this quality of talent. But to act like Baker's this sure bet, I hope that's the case.
I like it. Rick said he's like, you're a realist. You know what? I don't think it's that fans are so in belief of Baker. They're in so belief of the talent surrounding him where Baker doesn't have to do the most.
Yeah.
In Cleveland, the media, what Baker is in Tampa now is what they thought he was going to be in Cleveland, and they were wrong because the personnel was not the same. Look at what we have in Evans and Godwin, some of the most humble guys. We're not saying they're saints, but Are they crying like Jamar Chase saying, I deserve more than Justin Jefferson? Are they holding out for that? No. Do they give you off the field antics? No, they do their damn job. And that's what Baker needed. He had a guy in Odell Beckham that was jumping out of jacuzzi with a bunch of men, being on boats with a bunch of dudes before a playoff game, had his damn daddy tweeting online, then had Freddie Kitchens who didn't know what the hell he was doing. So I tell people this, and then Baker tried to play hurt when he shouldn't have. I tell people this, when it comes to Baker's situation, Baker he was in a tight situation because the expectations were high, but the reality was the team that they had him on was not it. That's all I say about that. And yes, Baker here, he's got a coach that's a quiet giant. He has a coordinator, like you said, that's lightning, that they've worked together where it's like, Baker, I'm not going to make you do something that you don't need to do. We're going to kick ass. And you have an embarrassment of riches around you. My God, McMillan, you just said it about Godwin. What if Godwin does have a good year, but McMillan has a year where, let's just say McMillan out of nowhere gets like 700 yards and 7 touchdowns or some shit. Now you do have a thought because McMillan could be the future.
That's my point.
Yeah, now you're right. The scenario for the receiving core is crazy. Now, if I'm Mike Evans, I think because of his age, you're right about this. If the Bucs go to the NFC title and they fall short there, I do think Evans he won't be money hungry because he'll see, as you said, man, next year we've paid our bills.
Well, he's got another year on the contract.
Exactly.
Right?
So I don't think he'll be greedy. I don't think he'll be greedy.
Well, he's not. What's he going to do? Hold out? Holding out's not going to work.
No, he's not. But I think if he knows that this team has a chance, I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but let's just say this, Rick. Let's just say the Bucs and they get to the NFC, they fall apart. But in the free agency, they pick up a hell of a pass rusher, and Kancey can be healthy, and then they draft somebody else in the defense to help.
You got to prep for Levante being gone.
Right. And they find somebody that can replace him and do half of what he is. Right. Now you're talking about more than just one Super Bowl. Rick, this team is the second youngest team.
Yeah, simmer down. Let's get one.
But you get my gist. I'm just saying this team has the potential to be good. I'm saying Mike Evans is he's the Larry Fitzgerald type of guy where it's like, okay, I will be willing to bend my contract if I know I'm going to be on a successful team. That's the difference. Jamar Chases of the world, they just want the notoriety of having the most money.
Well, I don't think Evans is going to go anywhere else because he's, I deserve more, a bigger bag. I don't think that's going to be the case, but I think it might be. Look, we got Godwin that we got to pay. We've got, we got this sexy new rookie over here.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mike,
can we talk a little bit? Can you take one for the team?
Well, no, I don't think he's gonna. I think he's got his money for the next year. Maybe they'll restructure and extend him 1 year or something like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Somebody will find a way to be like, "Come on, man, you did it before, but do it again."
Right. I mean, I look at it this way: we have 2 more years with Evans. If we get to 3 more years, dude's going to be getting old, okay? I mean, then it's not just my grandma's hamstrings. Then the rest of them's catching up with grandma. I mean, he's going to be old then. So, Tom Brady proved Father Time's undefeated. It's going to happen, okay? So we don't feel bad. Dude's had a kicking career. He's still got a couple of years left to do this. Let's just be happy for what we got right now.
Yeah. You're looking at the future, though, when it comes to the receiving core. I get it. You're looking at, hey.
I'm just looking at reality of, I think they may start leaning on the other guys this year more than Evans because it may begin to be that time. And hey, I'd rather keep Mike around for a few more years. Let's not get him beat up. Let's not, run the guy into the ground. I don't think, I don't think if Mike Evans drops, and let's say, and this is kind of what I think we'll get out of Mike Evans this year. I think he'll break the 1,000 yards, assuming he stays healthy. I don't think he'll break it by much. It could be one of those things where they make sure they get it for him in the last couple games.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to end up with I think Jalen McMillan is going to be a dog. I think that guy. I think you start looking at that guy as the guy on this team as a receiver, and you look at Chris Godwin as being Mr. Reliable, and you look at Mike Evans as slowly you're going to see the double coverage over the next couple of years. You're going to see the double coverage start shifting towards McMillan because age is going to get to Evans. It's going to happen. I want to see him finish out his career here. I want to see him finish out his career with another ring. Tell that dude, tell that guy that, look, you retire with 2 rings, 2 different quarterbacks. You did it with how many different quarterbacks?
8.
They might have to wheel him up because of his hamstrings, but they'll wheel him up on stage for that yellow jacket.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean,
yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. You're on it. You're just looking at it, you're looking at it from a football reality when age will catch up. And it happened to Larry Fitzgerald too. Once the double coverage from Larry stopped, that's when we all knew, okay, Larry, it's getting to that time.
Yeah.
You had your years, and he's a Hall of Famer, basically. He'll be a Hall of Famer. And like you said, if Evans can retire with 2 rings, man, that solidifies him. And you're right.
Well, he's going to the Hall. I don't think it's.
I think so too. I think so too.
I'm not worried about him going to the Hall. Whether it's a first ballot or not. Listen, it's really, really, really hard to be first ballot. It's really hard.
Yeah, I think he'll go, but I'm with you on McMillan. I'm very high on him. I see a lot of he's so fluid. I just don't even know how the hell the Bucs were even able to get him. I didn't even think we would get him. I'm like, I've seen him in college. I was like, how the hell the Bucs pull that off?
So Jason Light, there are people who still don't like him. We have every draft pick from this year made the team. Every draft pick from last year is still on the team. And undrafted free agents are starting.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this team rebuilt at full speed.
Yes, we did.
Because of Jason Light. Make no mistake. It was because of Jason Light. What happened with this team? This team that we now have a young core of players that we're set for years. Jason Light is the GOAT, Dred. We are set for the next. I always look at a team. I remember one time years ago, the Glazers said that we want to model this franchise after a team like the Steelers, that even when they're kind of bad, they're still good.
Right.
And we just consistently always want to be playoffs. We consistently always want to be in that mix, in that talk, in that whatever. And holy crap, if they haven't done it. And
you're right.
Jason Light with smoke and mirrors, and I don't get how the guy does it. There's some unsigned, undrafted free agent out of, I don't know, East Southern Utah Tech. And this guy ends up as a starter.
He'll go to far, far away and draft Lord Farquhar, and he ends up winning the Super Bowl with us.
It's just ridiculous.
And then not only that, he signed the greatest free agent of all time, Tom Brady. Signed Shaq Barrett before, got Ndamukong Suh to come here, got Fournette, got Gronkowski. Can we just take a moment to think about the 2020 and 2021 team, Rick? Who you could never have told me 10 years ago that, hey, AJ, what's up? Tom Brady and Gronk are going to be on your team. I'd have been like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever. What are you smoking?
Right.
And just think about it. We got that. And then you had A, B, whatever it was. We had a roster. You can't. The light situation, if anybody says the Aguayo, I just say shut the hell up. Everybody's had a miss. And look at it like this: 2020, he might have drafted potentially 2 Hall of Fame caliber players in Winfield and Works. Then you got Canty and Yaya last year who are getting good. What more do you want?
This is what I think the Aguayo pick makes Jason Light a little more lovable almost. It's like, because he sits there and he's like, he basically is like, I don't know what I was thinking. And he admits it. And he's like, that was dumb. That was dumb.
But he has humility. And I like him, man. I like a guy with, look what he just said about Whitehead. We should never have let him go. That takes courage. A lot of GMs would have just said, well, business this. No, Liam's Light said
that was a mistake.
I made a mistake, and he made up for it because he brung him back. And the dude from the Aftermath has a great nickname for the safety tandem in Winfield and Whitehead, the Cleaners, and I love it.
That is nice.
The Cleaners.
So I want to point out something. You take a player like Devin White. He's a captain on your team. A year later, you just let him go. You just let him go. All right? You're like, you know what? Nah. You don't fit in this culture. You don't fit in here. Bye. Right? So you let him go. You give him up. He's gone. And he goes and he signs with Philadelphia. Remember when he turned, by the way, the year before, he turned his whole, I don't know, Instagram X, whatever the heck it was, all green. And, he was all dropping Philadelphia Eagles hints.
Yeah.
And he was like in love with the Eagles, right? And then he signs with the Eagles this year. And then he says to the Eagles, he says about the Buccaneers, I was too much of a lawyer for them. That's what he said about the Bucs. I was too much of a lawyer for them. They couldn't handle me. And the Eagles, he's not a starter. He's not second string. That mother is a third string linebacker for the Eagles. What's your excuse and what's your crap talk now, Devin? Let me tell you something. You got some beautiful horses and a really big mouth. And you used to have NFL talent.
Yeah.
Not anymore. And it's not just us. Eagles. And you got to check and see, because I'm not positive. Did he travel with the team?
No, he did not.
He didn't even travel with the team. Listen, let me say that again. Devin White didn't travel with the Eagles. Let me say that one more time. Devin White didn't even travel with the team. Okay? So, Jason Light, one more time. Nice move.
Nice move. A nice move. And yeah, we don't need him. And that's a beautiful thing. I'm happy. It is what it is. But I got 2 more things I want to ask when it comes to this game, and then I'm gonna let you go. But I want to ask you this: what do you want to see on offense first, and then defense?
Well, same thing everybody else wants to see. I want to see a running game. That's. I also have one more thing I think there's a key to this year on offense that's not getting talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's very, 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 very important. And I don't think people realize how important they're going to be. I think the tight ends are going to be huge for the Buccaneers this year. And I think people are not realizing the role that they're going to play and the importance of tight ends in this offense. The tight ends are going to be a really big deal in this offense. Okay, so guys, don't sleep on the tight ends.
I like that take.
Yeah, I think everybody's looking past it. Everybody's not realizing it. If they don't perform well, we got problems. Because I think this offense is going to rely heavily on the tight ends.
Okay.
So everybody says running game. Of course, I'm going to go along with that. But the one thing I do want to point out is tight ends. Everybody just watch those tight ends. Blocking, receiving, all of it. We're probably going to be running 2, maybe even 3 tight end sets. Be ready. There's going to be a lot.
Okay.
I agree. All right.
I agree 100%.
All right. Well, you tell me. What are you looking for on offense?
Yeah. Offense. I want to see. I want to see Rachaad White and Bucky. I think Bucky, believe it or not, I see Bucky scoring the rushing touchdown, not Rachaad. I think Bucky is going to be that strong. I want to see Bucky carry the load to where he can beat the defense up, and also he's a good blocker as well. So I want him to be able to come in and show his presence to where it confuses defenses, where now they have to go, damn, we have to defend both. Defensively, I'm not going to lie. I want to see McCollum step up. Show me all the things that they've been saying he's been doing in practice. I have seen him. He's been guarding Evans, so that is a good thing. But Zion, they're going to pick on you. I want him to understand they're going to pick on you because you're going to be they're going to think of the weak link. So Zion, show me something. That's it. That's all I need.
All right, I'll go. I think that makes a lot of sense. Front four. Everything. JTS. Those are the keys to the defense. Listen, we don't want to have to do all the exotic blitzing. Nope. What happened in that Super Bowl, the Raiders won, and the Kansas City Super Bowl, was not the blitzes. It was the front four dominating. It was you've got to get a rush from your front four. You don't want to have to blitz to get pressure on the quarterback. You want to be able to blitz when you want to, how you want to, not out of desperation, because it's the only way to get to the quarterback. We dealt with that kind of last year, so I think that's a big deal. By the way, this comment on the screen real quick. Very excited to see Liam work and hopefully actually have a real running play action threat. I agree. And I want to say one more thing. One more thing about the offense that we did not see really in preseason. I don't know that we're going to see this, but I wouldn't be shocked is 2 running back sets. I would not be shocked if we see some of that. And I think the league is going to start. It comes and goes. It comes in waves. Yeah. I think you're going to start to see 2 running back sets become more of a thing. And get this, guys. I think the fullback may start making an appearance again coming up.
That would be interesting.
The reason I say that is I think defenses are starting to build for the pass. Well, now you get a big bruising fullback in there, and you've got the defenses that are prepared for the speedy little wideouts and the quick game, all of that, and then all of a sudden you bring a bulldozer in. Imagine Mike Allstott running in against defenses like they have today. I think it would be hilarious because they're not built for that.
I agree.
Yeah. So. But I do think we might see 2 running back sets because think about it. If one's blocking and providing pass protection and the other one's swinging out and catching some passes in the flat, I think you could see something like that, not just run plays. I'm really interested in the creativity that we're going to see on offense. Please tell me it's not going to be vanilla like it was last year. And by the way, it was pretty vanilla in preseason. So please tell me it's not going to be like that.
I feel you on that. Well, I'm going to get on out here on that note, but Rick, I appreciate it. Thank you. I will give you my prediction. I say the Bucs are going to win 31-13.
Oh, I'll go close. How about this? I'll say 28-13.
Cool.
And where does everybody see you?
You can find me on Bucs Report, The Aftermath, 102.9, the Game Broad Street South Radio with co-host Slick. And find me on my YouTube channel. It's about Bucking Time. Also on TikTok Live and everywhere else, AJ Turnup. Thank you for your time, Rick. And as always, go Bucs.
Go Bucs, baby.
Yes, sir.
Go Bucs. All right, see ya. All right, so that was fun having him there. Look, I am interested in seeing I'm interested in seeing how this is going to play itself out, how tomorrow plays out, and how the offense plays, whether there's more creativity, whether this offense is going to live up to the hype. I'm very interested in seeing whether they open it up a little more than they did last year, because I don't know that Canales last year knew how to open it up. I just don't think he knew what, I just don't think he knew what to do. And I think we got a guy who knows exactly what he's doing this year. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's a long time until the 4:00 games tomorrow. It's a long freaking time. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. All right, guys. Thanks for indulging me tonight. I wanted to come on and just talk Bucs. I'm excited about all of this. I'm excited about the season. I think we have a lot to be excited about as fans. First couple weeks get weird. Don't get too excited or too down after the game. Go ahead. If we win, go ahead and get excited. If we lose, look, man, week 1, weird things happen. But I don't think we're going to lose. He said 31-13. I'll say 28-13. Maybe 28-17. How about that? I'm going to go with that. 28-17. I think that's probably a little more realistic. But yeah, I'm excited. And by the way, this is a great comment. The LSU NFL flameout should be studied. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. And that's something that's a good topic to discuss. But anyway, I just wanted to hop on and talk about this stuff because I'm excited about the game. And now we have to bide our time waiting for game time tomorrow. But watch the games, enjoy yourself, be safe. If you're out partying or whatever, do it safely, but have a great time. And guys, it's game time. It's football season. Woo! I'm excited. Go Bucs! Go Bucs! Ah! I can't believe how excited I am. Go Bucs.
We suck today. I suck today. We suck today. It was awful.